Overstretching. This is going to be something that you want to be very careful of, very aware of, and yeah, you don't want to overstretch. And let's talk about why. So, overstretching in itself can lead to sprains or strains. So a strain is an overstretching of a tendon, and a tendon is basically connective tissue that attaches the muscle on your body to the bone on your body, okay? A sprain is an overstretching of a ligament, and a ligament is a piece of connective tissue that attaches bone to bone on your body, okay? So if you overstretch a muscle, this is usually where tendon ruptures and tears actually occur, or ligament tears occur, is because of overstretching to a very exaggerated degree. So if you have a sprained ankle and it's turning to the side, if you think about it, that is getting stretched so deeply and so quickly that a lot of times those ligaments get overstretched and can't handle it. So this is when it comes to like acute injury, and injuries often will happen through this. But stretching, actually like static stretching, especially if you are somebody who is already super mobile, this can be deleterious simply because that stretching can increase the risk of this overstretching happening. So if you're already flexible and you're stretching even more, and then you come into a position where that stretch happens, it could come to a point where unfortunately you might lead to more injuries. So we need our joint to be mobile, we need it to be flexible, but not too flexible. We also need it to be rigid and strong as well. So there's kind of this fine line and balancing act of keeping enough strength, but also flexibility at the same time. So some best practices to make sure you don't overstretch and don't hurt yourself is to stretch to a point of tolerable discomfort. So this is basically where you're reaching down, you're like, okay, it's a little tight, and then maybe going a little bit further. Holding that position for roughly 30 to 60 seconds, and you don't even need to do that many. You only need to do maybe 1 to 3 total sets of these stretching. It should be short, it should be very succinct. You can actually get pretty decent length through a static stretch through just 60 seconds of holding at one time. Stretching before workouts too, I will say it isn't dangerous. It isn't going to hurt yourself unless you are kind of overstretching, but doing any static stretching before a workout can actually decrease the performance of a muscle. So the strength performance, the overall power of it, the ability for it to produce speed and quickness, that is all going to get greatly diminished by stretching, doing static stretching before a workout. So just be careful when you're stretching. Do a little bit, it goes a very long way. And realize that more is not always better. And just like working out, you know, you need a certain amount to get the benefit. Just like stretching, you need a certain amount to get the benefit. After that, you could be predisposing yourself for potentially some injuries from becoming a little too bendy. So go ahead and drop the video a like if that has given you some good value and ideas on your stretching routine. And just be careful, make sure you don't overstretch. I believe in you and know you'll do the right thing.